As a professor, all you need to do to reap the benefits of this automated essay grading software is upload your specified rulebook into the website. Typically, when uploading a question and answer set, you would simply just upload your question followed by the correct answer. But in this case, we want to know a little bit more about how the student is to be graded for this question. Law professors are very familiar with two common writing approaches. There is the IRAC format, IRAC, and the CREAC format. Professors can choose between these two options for how the student should structure their answer, or they can just choose the other option and specify their own topic structure. By default, our minimum word count is 75, but a professor can change this as they wish. They can specify how many words it should be present in a student's answer, as well as how much time they are allotted for this question. For this example, I'm going to be using one of our sample questions. So this is a example problem. It describes a scenario and then it follows it up with a question. For this question, I'm going to check the other format, and for example, let's give them 60 minutes to answer this question with a minimum word count of 200. And for our answer, I'm just going to use our sample professor answer right here. When it comes to time to specify our topics, we're just going to click on this drop down menu now and check which topic we want to specify right here. So a professor will likely be familiar to which sections of their answer are part of the specified topic. So for example, the issue statement is going to be these first two sentences right here. So let's copy that into this text box, and we can add any keywords. So for example, in this issue statement, we can see that it mentions the driveway, and it's a very important part of this case. So we're going to mention driveway as one of our keywords for this topic, as well as property. You can also add the names or whatever you like, maybe even issue for the issue statement. And we're going to go ahead and add a new topic now. So following the issue statement, we have another one right here. This statement is known as the rule. So we're going to go ahead and copy that into here and select our topic as well as any keywords once again. A professor can specify as many topics as they want or as little topics as they want. But in summary, these topics being specified gives our system what to look for in the student's answer. So right here, the professor is saying, okay, I want the student to have this issue and this rule specified in their answer. And so what our program will do is search for similarities between these topic statements and the ones in the student's answer. And if there is any that are above a certain threshold of similarity, then it will identify as, for example, this issue statement. And it would also check to see that the student answer also mentioned these keywords. Upon submitting this form, it will get submitted to the database, and then it is ready for any student to go ahead and take this quiz and start receiving feedback for it. Now, on the student side, we're going to go ahead and take that same quiz that we just uploaded. And as you can see, this is the same question that talks about driveway and property law. So we're going to go ahead and answer this question with one of our sample student answers. So this is likely what a student answer would look like. It's not very long, and as you can see, there are some errors which Grammarly is identifying, but we're not going to fix those just for the purpose of this demonstration. And we're going to go ahead and submit this quiz. Now, in a few seconds, there we go, we have the results page that comes up. As a student, you're going to want to look at your errors right here. which are reflected in your grammar score. Conciseness, which takes away points for redundancies in the answer. Structure, which is how well you identified topics. Again, this uses what the professor gave to us, and as you can see, it only identified the inference. The readability score also calculates the reading level of the student. So anything from 60 to 30 is a very good score to have. 30 would be college level writing, but in this case, you also want to make it readable for the audience. So 60 is a pretty good score to have. And of course, you always want to maintain a neutral tone as a lawyer. Their overall score is right here. It is quite low, and it takes into account the structure, conciseness, grammar, and readability of the answer. It does not take into account similarity, since similarity will mainly be highest when there is plagiarism, so it wouldn't make sense to reward the student based on a score of 100. Actually, a score of 52 is quite good to have. However, we just need to update the UI for this element. However, structure does have a lot of weight in the overall score just because it is a legal essay and these topics are crucial to having a good essay. The student can also view the correct answer. And if we expand this accordion, you can see this is the exact answer that the professor uploaded. And it actually has all of the topics that they specified. So ideally, they would copy and paste from their full answer which sentences belong to which topic. And then our system will highlight them and color code them based on what they've given us. If you pause and quickly read our inference provided by the professor, you can see that it is quite similar to these sentences from the student. And it is quite accurate. Ideally, the student would also have the option of going into the corrections and reports, but as of right now, this functionality is not implemented. However, we are able to view the specific errors as they are underlined here and any corrections in the console. However, we still need to implement the UI and have that displayed on the front end. As you can see, this program has a lot of potential for students to benefit from and obviously learn how to write as a lawyer. This would benefit both the professor and the student, and hopefully this user guide explains how you would use this from either side.